Did you know that they actually make kitchen knives for left-handed people? No joke. Okay, so first off though, I'm going to show you a couple things that sold over the weekend for a pretty good price. If you haven't been to my channel before, my name is Shauna with Rescued Relics, and thanks for spending some time with me. He's hiding. You got a new home to go to. Here we go. So this sold for $50 and it says Shawnee Dry Colors. It's a muddler and it says Pyrex, if you can read that. The next item we have is a Samsonite bright pink travel train case, they call it. It is a Samsonite Saturn. And this reminded me of Legally Blonde for some reason. But it's got a couple issues. You know, this is coming off a little bit and some threads and whatnot, but it sold for $50. Even with some of the words coming off here. Put that in the description, of course. But I gave it a good scrubbing with toothbrush and some Dawn soap. And these are a little tricky. You got to push them in. You got to push. Let me try the other hand. You got to push them in. Okay, I can do this. Really? Bueller? Okay. Anyway, yeah, they should push in pretty simple. Maybe I have to two-hand it. Can I hold the phone? Yeah, hold the phone. There we go. Just had to have a little pressure. And the last item I'm going to show you that sold is a star note. So this dollar is a star note. You see that little star right there? That's what makes it a star note. And it is a low number, and it has, you know, repeating on the ends. It's 0000. Anyway, it sold for $7. And when a buyer pays shipping on all those items I showed you before. So I'm going to take you down the rabbit hole that I went to find out about knives and how I even found a left-handed knife on eBay. So this item right here is a cheese knife from Pampered Chef. This is a family staple. I love it so much. It cuts the cheese so thin and it's just awesome. I've had it for years. And so my husband, so I'm left-handed. And when I cut the cheese, okay, so anyway, when I cut the cheese, I push down on the slices. But I guess, come to find out, I looked it up, and you're actually supposed to cut it, I guess if you're right-handed, this way. So you pull it to cut the cheese like from the top, I'm guessing, like that. And it works great for me. And my husband's always like, is this a left-handed utensil? And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I did buy it because it was left-handed, but it's not. Anyway, so I started thinking, I'm like, I wonder if they have left-handed utensils. Is that a thing in the world? So this brought me down the rabbit hole of looking for left-handed utensils, and then I found a left-handed knife, which I thought was a joke. So then I looked that up, and then I went down the rabbit hole of like pocket knives. And so let me take you along. I first looked up the Pampered Chef cheese knife to see if there was a right or left-handed slicer, and it is universal. It is just a cheese knife. That brought me to other listings of knives, and there is where I saw the left-handed knife, the Sake Hamono Japanese. I'm not going to even try and say those words. But it sold for $130. And left-handed means that the blade is sharper on the other side. This is actually a knife sharpener. Doesn't look like one I've ever seen. It is an antique, and it is by the maker F. Dick, and it sold for $130. Another knife I found from Japan also sold really well. It is a Japanese rare kitchen Deborah knife. Look how much it sold for, $304 with 8 bids. That brought me to pocket knives. This is by Benchmade. That is discontinued, a folding knife, and it sold for $147.50. Here's the maker's mark. It's a butterfly. It will be next to where the blade meets the handle. This next pocket knife is an old timer, and it is made by Schrade. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I'm not sure. But this item, it sold for $29.99 plus $6.45 shipping. This knife is made by Case. This is a brand definitely want to keep an eye out for. It is vintage, and it sold for $69.99 plus $5.99 shipping. A buck sold for $40. Here's another Case knife with a unique blade. And David Postle. I looked up how to pronounce it. The only way I can remember is to say it's impossible to actually read it and pronounce it correctly. But Postle is the brand, and it is a lockback folding knife, sold for $242.50 with 17 bids. This is a brand I've never heard of either. Rapid Fire Coyote folding pocket knife. This is the logo. I got a close-up of it so you can see what to look for on the blade in case you come across one out in the wild. Up next, we have a knife from Spyderco, sold for $92. It was made in the 90s. Has a unique blade. For $59, this item sold from MGC, Mother of Pearl. Also has the word bear on the blade. The next item, it is sold for $37 with 15 bids. A lockback folding pocket knife made in Japan. And the sheath, is that what it's called? The handle. The handle has really unique finger grips. GEC means Great Eastern Cutlery. This one sold $114. There you go. If you look on the blade, it has GEC. I think that's TIW. So look for that when you're out in the wild. Next, we have a $50 sale for a buck knife, and it also has the sheath for hunting for that hunter that goes out. That item sold for $50. Up next is Benchmade, $810. You do not see that wrong. That thing sold for $810. Here's a Gonzo. You can keep an eye out for that kind of knife as well. I got an up close of this here Benchmade butterfly logo anthem with titanium. Discontinued, $810. So that's today's treasure talk. And if you found anything useful or helpful, sure would appreciate it if you subscribed and liked my channel. Just trying to grow. The more you know, the more you grow. Happy treasure hunting.